In Tolkien's vast world of Middle-earth, we encounter beings of incredible power and influence. Some are filled with light and wisdom, while others dwell in shadow and seek dominion. Today, we'll explore 10 of the most powerful beings across Tolkien's Legendarium. Now remember, these aren't listed in any specific order. Tolkien's world doesn't lend itself to simple rankings. Each of these beings holds a unique kind of strength that shapes Middle-earth in profound ways. So let's dive into the legends of these awe-inspiring figures and what makes each of them unforgettable. Let's start with the first and mightiest Dark Lord, Melkor, also known as Morgoth. He was the most powerful of the Ainur, created by Eru Ilúvatar himself. Unlike the other Valar, Melkor's desire for power led him down a dark path. His ambition was unquenchable. He wanted to create life, to shape the world according to his own will. This hunger for control and dominance over Middle-earth became his defining trait. In the Silmarillion, Tolkien writes, "From splendor he fell through arrogance to contempt for all things save himself, a spirit wasteful and pitiless." Melkor's power wasn't just about brute strength. He possessed immense knowledge of the cosmos and the elemental forces of the world, and he used them to corrupt and destroy. His most notorious act was the theft of the Silmarils, leading to a war with the elves that would reshape Middle-earth for centuries. With the creation of monstrous servants like Balrogs, dragons, and of course Sauron himself, Melkor's influence persisted long after his defeat. Morgoth left a stain on Middle-earth, a shadow that would outlast him and manifest in the evils to come. So in many ways, Morgoth remains one of the most devastatingly powerful beings in Tolkien's universe. Next we turn to Ungoliant, an ancient being whose origins remain one of Middle-earth's great mysteries. Ungoliant is described as a being of insatiable hunger and darkness. She allied with Melkor during his rebellion, and together they committed one of the most infamous acts in Tolkien's works, the destruction of the 2 trees of Valinor. When she consumed the light of the trees, her darkness grew so thick that even Melkor himself was engulfed by it. In the Silmarillion it said, "The darkness that she made was a veil of unlight, so dense it held form even against the rays of the sun or the light of the stars." Ungoliant's hunger was so overpowering that not even Morgoth could fully control her. Ultimately, her own unquenchable thirst for power and sustenance drove her to isolation, where she would birth a line of monstrous spiders, including Shelob, who would later haunt Frodo and Sam on their journey. Ungoliant represents a terrifying force of nature, a creature who can consume light itself and leaves only shadow in her wake. Her insatiable appetite and mysterious origin make her one of the most fearsome entities in Middle-earth. On the side of light we have Varda, known to the elves as Elbereth, the Queen of the Stars. Among the Valar, she is revered for her beauty, wisdom, and the power to shape the stars themselves. When Melkor first rebelled, it was Varda who set the stars in the heavens, providing the elves with light as they awoke in Middle-earth. Varda's power lies in her profound connection to the heavens. The elves invoke her name in times of peril, believing her to be a source of hope and strength against the forces of darkness. Frodo himself calls upon her in The Lord of the Rings, crying out, "Aya Eirendil Elenion Ankalima," a cry that brings forth her blessing as he faces Shelob. Varda's power is a quiet yet immeasurable one. She doesn't wield weapons or armies, but her influence on the world is immense. Her stars represent hope, resilience, and the enduring presence of light. A reminder that even in the darkest moments there is always a glimmer of guidance in the heavens. Of course, we can't overlook Sauron, Melkor's most loyal lieutenant, and ultimately his successor as Dark Lord. Initially, Sauron was a Maya of Aule, gifted with a natural skill in craftsmanship and order. However, he was drawn to Melkor's vision of domination and became one of his most trusted servants, adopting his master's ambitions as his own. Sauron's power is multifaceted. His skill in manipulation, deception, and crafting allowed him to forge the One Ring, binding the wills of other ring-bearers to his own. Tolkien's words in the Silmarillion capture his cunning. In all the deeds of Melkor, the Morgoth upon Varda, in his vast works and in the deceits of his cunning, Sauron had a part. Unlike Morgoth, Sauron sought not destruction, but dominion. He desired to rule Middle-earth and reshape it according to his will. His ability to instill fear and corruption in others, even from afar, solidified his reign. His influence touched every corner of Middle-earth, and his quest for absolute control through the One Ring is one of the most harrowing struggles in the entire Legendarium. One of the most powerful and resilient beings among the free peoples is Galadriel, the Lady of LOTR. Galadriel is an Oldoran elf of immense wisdom, strength and beauty. She was one of the few to resist the temptation of the One Ring, displaying a remarkable inner strength. In the Fellowship of the Ring, Galadriel's own words reveal her power. "I will diminish and go into the west and remain Galadriel." Galadriel's strength isn't about physical might. It's about her spiritual power, wisdom, and the inner light she carries. She wields Nenya, one of the 3 elven rings of power, and her realm in LOTR is protected by her will. She is both a protector and a guide, offering Frodo and the Fellowship shelter and gifts that aid them in their quest. Her refusal of the ring speaks volumes about her character. Galadriel could have claimed it and reshaped the world, but she chose to let go of her power for a greater good. In many ways, she represents the power of restraint and wisdom, a reminder that true strength often lies in the ability to resist temptation. Another powerful figure among the free peoples is Gandalf, a Maya sent by the Valar to assist the inhabitants of Middle-earth. Initially known as Gandalf the Grey, he would later rise as Gandalf the White after facing the Balrog of Moria. Gandalf's strength lies in his wisdom, kindness and unwavering commitment to justice. He may not wield the vast power of Sauron or Morgoth, but his influence over Middle-earth is undeniable. In the Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf explains his purpose. "I was sent to counsel and guide those who will, but only to those who will listen." Gandalf's magic is subtle, focusing on influence rather than control. He unites the free peoples, inspiring courage and resilience, and his sacrifices remind us that even the wisest must endure trials. Gandalf's story emphasizes the importance of hope, resilience, and the wisdom that comes from humility. His power is the kind that inspires others to stand against darkness, a vital force in Middle-earth's fight for freedom. One of the most mysterious and enigmatic figures in Tolkien's Legendarium is Tom Bombadil. He exists outside the struggle between good and evil, untouched by the ambitions and conflicts that grip the rest of Middle-earth. He is described as master of wood, water and hill, a force of nature who exists harmoniously with the world around him. In the Fellowship of the Ring, Tom holds the One Ring without desire for it, suggesting that he is immune to its power. His immunity hints at an ancient, intrinsic strength, bound to Middle-earth itself but separate from its drama. His tale challenges us to question the nature of power itself, as Tom embodies a unique strength in his carefree indifference to dominance. Among the Valar, Tulkas stands out as a true champion, known for his unwavering courage and physical prowess. Tulkas is a powerful warrior whose very presence brings a sense of invincibility. He is described as laughing and full of joy, even in the midst of battle, representing the spirit of valiant and noble might. Tulkas came to Middle-earth to help the other Valar subdue Melkor, pursuing him without fear. Unlike Melkor and Sauron, he seeks no power over others and has no hidden agendas. Tulkas' strength is as pure as it is fierce, a reminder of the goodness that exists in courage and loyalty. Mandos, the doomsman of the Valar, is a being of profound wisdom and authority. He rarely intervenes, but his knowledge of fate and the destiny of all beings in Middle-earth is absolute. Mandos has the role of overseeing the souls of the dead, guiding them to their fates a role that gives him immense influence over the lives of all who dwell in Arda. His powers lie not in strength or magical force, but in his role as a guardian of the world's order. Mandos shows us that true power often lies in patience and understanding. Lastly, we have Gothmog, the lord of the Balrogs and one of Melkor's greatest servants. Gothmog's power is fearsome, capable of striking down even the most formidable opponents. He led the forces of Angband in the battles of Beleriand, facing off against elven heroes and bringing destruction wherever he went. Gothmog's dark might makes him a terrifying force in Middle-earth's history, embodying the brutal power of Melkor's reign. And there you have it, 10 of the most powerful beings in Tolkien's Legendarium. Each of these beings represents a unique aspect of strength, whether it be physical, spiritual, or deeply tied to the nature of Middle-earth itself. Do you think I missed any beings in this video? Let me know in the comments so we can explore them in future videos. Middle-earth is vast, and there's always more to uncover. Who do you think is the most powerful being in Tolkien's world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of Middle-earth's legends, and we'll see you in the next adventure.